Good morning, everybody. Hope y'all are doing well. Let me check my audio real quick. Good morning, everybody. All right, it sounds good for me. So, good morning, everybody. Hello, good afternoon, wherever you is, all over the face of the planet. AJ, the CEO here. Thank you so much for stopping by. We do this every Friday for the most part. Man, I know what I forgot. I started early, and my cup of juice or water is all the way over there. So I might need to step away for half a second, but I hope y'all are doing well, folks. I normally do this every Friday to try and answer some questions and help y'all make your journey from a media ministry a little bit easier. So if I don't get to your question, realize you can email me at questions at ajayhomes.com. Give me 48 to 72 hours to respond, folks, and we'll get back to you and help you as best as we can. If you need any additional information, please don't blow up the email because I get maybe around 175 emails a day from business as well as trash email. But if you need some dedicated time, know that you can go to ajayhomes.com/consultations. You can book a consultation, whether it be an on-site, a Zoom, phone call, anything like that to help get you straight in. Just want to remind all of y'all, because we got a new supporter here, Gregory. Thank you so much for that. But I want to make sure, it seems like a lot of people are forgetting this. If you're a Patreon supporter or you're a YouTube member, I give you a code that you can get a discounted rate at any consultation that you book. That code is put in the community tab for members, as well as since I changed the website, that code does not change for a year on Patreon or on members. If you need me to post that again, I'll probably post it again this afternoon just to remind y'all about that. But that is one of the other perks I want to give out to y'all. So again, thank you for that. I'm getting all the formal stuff out of the way here. We got our two winners from our 50K giveaway, and they've already received it. Hopefully they're going to be on so I can see how everything is working with them. We also got, I sent the A10 Mini out to Nigeria, I believe, and I think they got that as well too. So, hey, we always recommend when you get new stuff, folks, please, yes, you can sell your old equipment, but why not just, if we're all on the same team, why not donate it to another ministry? Because if it helped you up to the point where you were able to get an upgrade, why not bless another ministry so all of us work and win together? So with that being said, let's go ahead and holler at the folks. And where's my mouse? There it is. Let's holler at the folks here. Brian Jones, hello, hello. Yes, sir, you are first. Mike, what is going on, sir? Mr. Clarence, hello, hello, sir. Video streams, good morning. Reverend Richard, I think I already answered your question, but I'm going to come back to that. Philip Paul, hello. Mousy, hi. Norm, hello, good morning. Keith, hello, hello. Derek, my cousin, what's up? Saw him at my mom's. It was my mom's birthday. Well, actually, my mom's birthday was Monday, but we celebrated it on Sunday, so I'm there. Good to see you there. I took a whole bunch of folks, his nieces and nephews, my nieces and nephews, and cousins on a ride with the Tesla. Oh, I blew their hair back, so that was fun. The Chuck Taylor, what's going on, sir? Wayne, hello, hello. And Osinyabi. I hope I'm not pronouncing this wrong, but I'm going to attempt. Osinyabi? Osinyabi? Hello, hello. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Kenny, hello, hello. John Cook, what's going on? Streets of Destiny from Phoenix, Arizona. Bonjour. Monty, what's going on, sir? Already did that. And Jermaine, what's going on? Stephen, I see you. Thomas, hello, hello. You haven't been updated on the feed yet, but I see you there in the chat. It hasn't shown up here on VMix Social yet for me to, right when I say that, there it is. So Stephen, hello. And I'm going to circle back, and I see your question, Thomas. I'm going to come back to it, but let me go back to Reverend Richards real quick. And I answered this already in the comments, but he wanted to know, have you ever come across a point where the ATEM displays a blank screen for a camera output? We have checked the cable in the camera control app, but on the ATEM it shows as black. Yes, I have gotten that a couple of times when it comes to my studio camera. Sometimes when I'm using this, it disconnects and it shows as black screen. So I'm using a fiber HDMI cable. Honestly, sometimes it's come loose. Most of the time, if everything is perfectly fine, I disconnect and hook it back up. Now, let me show you my mess of a setup. What camera is that? So I'm playing around with some other setups here. So right now, this is, you see all the stuff I have here. Like, y'all, I hope y'all realize I'm not joking when I say I'm out of space. But this is my setup that I am using now. This is my top-down view that if you saw the recent video that I posted for my building of the system for New Hope, this is where I built it, and I put my Sony ZV-10 on that arm, and I look down. But what was I going with that? Oh, yeah. So I was talking about the disconnecting. I have that sometimes, but this little monitor that I have right there, that is a Field World monitor. And when I do that, I have my other ATEM there, so I can switch between the studio camera and my overhead. So I'm not running all the way over here to do stuff. So this is my setup. So when I get my house, I'm gonna have two stations, a top down and stuff like that. So I'm just prepping for that. But when I have this connected like this, it did not. So you see where the blue cable is, the HDMI cable going into the screen. When I have the output coming back into my ATEM, I didn't get a signal, which was strange. If I hook the screen directly up to the studio camera, so I had the studio camera main feed going into that monitor so I can see it, then the output comes out and goes to my ATEM in Extreme, I didn't get a signal at all. But when I added the ATEM, I did. So long story short, yes, I do get that on occasion. Now, if you're wondering what I'm doing over here, this is actually a PTZ camera from Mako that they sent me, and my mic stand is in the way. I'm using the joystick here to make the adjustments to that. So that's what we got, and I'm glad I got shorts on, and I don't have my pajamas on, which I did have on originally. And I'm on the wrong camera. So yeah, I have had that issue. If you have anything other than that, excuse me, try and plug in another device into it and see if it works, because it's process of elimination. We want to see, is it the HDMI port on your ATEM going bad? Is it the HDMI connection on the camera going bad? Because I can't get you. Hold on a second. I don't know where I put it, but it's right here. So I like putting a lot of, now that I've been going and getting other cameras, and the studio camera, you can probably do that, or any camera you can do it. I normally get these small rig cases that go around my camera and gives me some extra mounting holes. So when I'm using this for my HDMI connection, it gets loose. So Small Rigs has this little locking mechanism that I can screw in on the side here. And what it will do is it will cinch down and lock down the cable so that it doesn't come loose. I say that to say that I had issues with my old camera that way, that the jack was coming loose because of keep removing and unplugging and replugging in cables. This actually just, once you hook it in, this will lock it into place so this thing is not going anywhere. So I don't have my Allen wrench nearby for me to disconnect this. Come on now. Oh well, I can't find it. But normally I use these. I have these on my other cameras. I have them on my top-down camera. My overhead that's over here, it does the same thing. Oh, wrong camera. It's holding down the cables for this camera as well too. And it's like, that's why ultimately I used to disconnect all my cameras all the time, and then that made me more susceptible to having stuff like that happen. And that's why I kind of wanted to get it to a place where I don't have to keep unplugging a cable over and over again. And I really cannot find my Allen wrench. Wait a minute. I think I found it. Yay. Yep. So I like these. I have a small rig on the Blackmagic that I'm looking at right now. These are mainly for the mirrorless cameras and stuff like that. And this is not locking it down as tight as I would like. But anyway, this would screw in here, and then I can feed my cables in, and then these little screws right here will let me cinch down on the cable so it's not going anywhere. But for whatever reason, I can't tighten this one down enough because this is looping all over the place, which is not ideal. And this is actually the same one I used for my old ZV-1. So I don't know why it's loose like that, but oh well. Long drawn out answer. Let's see. Norm here. There's a plugin for OBS that records all the cameras. Can you please do a video on that? Send me the link to it and I will see what I can do. John here. On the ATEM Extreme, once you connect the computer and enter your stream key for the first time, will the ATEM remember it after it is powered off and back on so that you can run without the computer each time? You can, but just to make it safe, this is what I do. And after every time I set up a new church, I do it this way for that very same reason. So if we, what screen is my software on? There it is. Let me move this over. And actually, let me remove my key real quick. Let's put some junk in here right now. All right, so normally after I have this all set up and you have your key in here, yes, if you go to File and it's set to autosave, it will. What I like to do if I make any significant change, I always clear startup state and then set it again, and then it will save that stuff every time you turn it off and turn it back on. All right, so yeah. That's why I like it, because that's how I have it set up at Signs and Wonders. That's why I have it at a bunch of places, especially if you're streaming to a place, like we're streaming with Vimeo, so our code does not change. But if you go to a place and you set a persistent key, then yes, it would do that, and you would not have to change it again. So yeah, that was right. That was the guy we sent the ATEM Mini to. I'm glad. Now, are you getting some use out of it? You need to send a video to see what you're using it with. I don't want you to be playing no games with it. You playing Fortnite or something like that. Over back to John. I'm going to be assisting a local church with a new install, 2 PTZ cameras and an ATEM Extreme switcher. I talked them into the Extreme versus the Pro. Excellent choice. I really don't see a need personally for the Pro unless it's kind of like I'm looking at having the Pro, and honestly, let me take it back. I was looking at putting the Pro in our makeshift studio at Signs and Wonders for a Bible study, but to be quite honest, I really need a Extreme because I have an output that's going, but then I also want to have multi-view, and the extra connections help me as well too. So even I was using the Pro, I'll put it this way, I used the Pro for if we were still streaming games, football games, in the season coming up. Since I don't have to output it to nobody, that works perfectly for me because all I need to focus on is the multi-view. If you have any situation where at any point in time you may need to have a multi-view and the program view, go ahead and just get the extreme. So very good decision. That's how at least I do with mine. Thomas here, how's it going? Are you able to use motion graphics in the ATEM Mini Pro software? If so, do you use the still library to bring them in? I do not. The ATEMs, unless you get into the higher constellation models, they do not support direct motion graphics in the ATEM. What I normally use for our motion graphics, I use a presentation software, whether it be Presenter, Easy Worship, OpenLP, whatever presentation software that you use, even PowerPoint. You can do it, or OBS. We did a video about that, where OBS can send it there, and we play it through an input. The ATEM directly cannot support it except for still images. Now, if you get into the higher than the ATEM Studio HD or its replacement, the ATEM Constellation HD, that one, anything higher than that, they do allow you to have a collection of images that it will play through, but you still cannot load video directly into it. Now, I haven't used it, and I don't know why it's not showing up on my screen here. But you also can use the hyperdeck, which I have here. And can I use the camera to see this? No, my camera's in the way. I mean, my mic stand is in the way. But I have the HyperDeck Shuttle HD, the small one. You could load videos on that and then play it through an input, which I don't know why it's not playing. Hold on one second. I'm actually unhooking one of the small rig hookups that I have on my camera in front of me, which holds my SSD for this camera. Trying to see if it will play. All right, that's strange. So like if I cut back over here, so I have it hooked up and you're seeing it, and I have it hooked up to an input. I don't know why it's not playing. That's out. I really don't know why it's not playing for me. Because I'm engaging it, it sees the tracks, but it's not playing on my output. Ugh. Don't you just love it when you try and play something and then it doesn't work when you need it to? Oh well, we'll have to come back to that. I don't know why that's not playing, but that's another option, that you can have that on a SSD like I just had, or on a memory card that slides in the back. You can load video on there and play it, and then it will show up as a console control right here that you can just play. So you want to have animated lower thirds, have an alpha, do the chroma keys, all that special effects you can do there, and you can load graphics that way. I really don't know why that's not working. All right, well, there's something else I need to work on. Joy. Otis, what's going on? Shane and Hannah, hello. Rhonda, hello. Mitroy, hello. Gregory, hello again. Lee, hello. Ray L, hello. AJ, Kumar, hello. Where do we leave off at? Yeah, that was Thomas's question. Chuck, the NASA shirt got me thinking about Elton John song Rocket Man. Back to my cousin Derek. I've set and saved the audio settings on the mixer and in the ATEM, but still have to adjust it in DaVinci EQ. Why is that? P.S. I didn't get a Tesla tour before I had to leave for work. Man, my bad. You should have told me, Derek. I got spoiled, honestly. I got back to my Volkswagen, and I'm just like, yeah, we gotta let you go. We gotta let you go soon. And they said you have to adjust it in DaVinci Resolve EQ. Yeah, I still have to do a little bit of adjusting as well. Now, how much adjusting are you doing? Because it has the same type of settings on the ATEM for the most part. So if you set whatever settings that you're doing in DaVinci Resolve, if you set those in the ATEM and then save the startup state, are you doing that? If not, try that and see how that goes. All right, and I think I already said it, but howdy, Otis. And I'm gonna mute for a second because I need to turn something on. Where we at? Hold on a second. All right, didn't want to say the trigger word to make some stuff get activated on y'all's side, so that's why I had to turn on. Let me know if that gets too annoying. I turned on the fan here at my desk. Jermaine, can you use Sling Studio as an input into with the ATEM? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I mean, yeah, you can use a bunch of them. I got a video that's coming with the new updates to the YOLO box. I have the YOLO box going into the ATEM. I have the ATEM going into the YOLO box. I have another ATEM going into the ATEM. Yeah, it's just, the ATEM just sees it as a video signal. So anything can be connected as long as you don't have some DRM and some HDMI type of encryption and stuff like that. Like when I hook up the PlayStation, I have to turn that off so video can come through. But that's about it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that, the super chat. I appreciate it. Back to John. Going to be relying heavily on my team for a while. Broke my hand mountain biking 2 weeks ago and had surgery. In cast for 6 to 8 weeks today. It is my dominant right hand. Learn to type lefty. Man, well, we pray for a quick, speedy recovery. And then also that your team will give you, you can rely on your team and give them an opportunity to learn the stuff. That's what I do with my team. I do it more bluntly. I'm like, hey, y'all got it? Oh, yeah, I think we're good. And then I just disappear. I just don't show up because I don't want to be a handicap to them. It's like you learn from failure. Most people try to avoid failure. No, you learn from failure. That's how you figure it out. But awesome. Let's see. Now, I do have some other stuff that I'm going to do. Tomorrow is going to be actually, every day is really on. I'm actually going to be off for the next 2 weeks, and then I'm going on another cruise next Friday, 2 Fridays from now. So I'm excited about that. You know, I told you my secondary job was being a tour guide. So on the 12th, we will not have a Q&A because I will be on a boat on that day. Just let y'all know about that. But I have some time off. But right after this, I got to go hang 2 TVs. Then I have to we're finishing up the transition home at Signs and Wonders. We actually have a service that's going to talk about that. I need to finish the video up for that, go over there, get some more B-roll footage for that video. We have a community day. No, excuse me. We have a new members class Saturday, which I'm a new member, but then we also, a part of that new members class, we have a introduction to all of the ministry. So I'm a new member, but at the same time, I'm also running the media ministry to demonstrate what we do for new members. So that's going to be fun. And then at 8:30 in the morning on that same day, we have a men's talk, barbershop talk with the men of Signs and Wonders. That's going on. My daughter's going to be with me, so I need to give her something to entertain her. Then we got to jump to, we had a couple of bad thunderstorms here in the area, so I've been going to a couple of churches. I need to go back to Gilfield and check out with them. They said they're having an issue with one of the TVs. I need to hopefully remind them that did they register with the warranty that I did with the surge protectors. If not, that's not going to be a fun conversation to go through. What else we got? And hold on, I'm going to need to turn this off because now this fan is getting too loud for me. All right, now it's off. What else? And then, so we got that going on. I have the video that's going on. We have the afternoon service coming up. Monday, I got the snake in that's for Zion Chester that I need to install and configure. We got a whole bunch of stuff. A New Hope, waiting to finish that up. I have another meeting follow up with another church that I got 4 churches in the pipeline right now that we're getting ready to work on, as well as another one down in Norfolk, waiting to hear back from them about that as well too. Got to make video announcements for Sunday. So I'm actually probably going to cut over and do a little bit of that today if we don't have some questions. But that's enough of that. And man, I shouldn't have wore a long sleeve. I was cold, and now I'm hot, but my fan is way too loud. Where are we at? I said good morning to Mitch Roy. All right, let's go back to John here. Did you see that PTZ Optics is coming out with a new camera management app that is supposed to add auto tracking to existing cameras? They had a live stream yesterday. No, I did not get a chance. I was actually driving back from Baltimore, but I did see the post on Twitter and Instagram. I need to go check that out as well. But thank you for that. To Rhonda. For those that have walk-around wireless HDMI camera setups, how do you communicate with the camera operator regarding shot composition, or do you just cut to a shot when it looks good? Yeah, I would think for me, I don't have that type of setup, but if I was going to have a studio camera, the Hollyland communication, that's what I would have used to be able to talk back and forth, or just walkie-talkies can work as well too. Philip Paul. Hey, AJ, we're having a trouble with our internet. Initially, I was using over Wi-Fi to stream to Facebook, and recently I have run a landline to the streaming laptop with internet to USB adapter. Okay. I'm waiting for the follow-up. Wait a minute. Here's the next comment. But after 30 to 45 minutes while streaming, it auto disconnects and reconnect for a few seconds. What could be the cause of the problem? Make sure that the USB on the computer is not set to automatic power off. That would be my first thing based off of how you describe that. So give me a second to get to it. All right, so what you would do, let's go over here. Let me get rid of this. Go ahead and hit the Windows key and the letter X, or you can right click on here and go up here to Device Manager. You want to make sure you go down to your USB devices, not that one, USB controller, excuse me. And then you want to go through each one of these. And actually, it's the hub, excuse me, not the controller. Go to each one of the hubs, go to properties, and make sure power management, like mine, allow the computer to turn off this device to save power. You want to uncheck all of those, because the last thing you need is the computer to think you don't need a connection. And then that's the first thing. Make sure, and I know I had all these on. Why? I'm unchecked. This is strange, but hey, it's a good chance for y'all to see exactly what is going on. That will just let this stay on all the time. And that's a virtual one. Yeah, you want to make sure all of your hubs do not have allow Windows to turn them off. So this one is off. That one's off. It must have been an update or something, because I know I had these off. But I would say go through and turn those off, and then let it run again and see if you still have that issue. And this one is a hub. It doesn't have that one. But I would check that first. If it's disconnecting and reconnecting, that's what makes me think it's a power thing that Windows is intelligently saying, oh, I need to shut this off. Francisco, what's going on? I'm about ready to tempt Francisco. I'm going to be going back up to Baltimore. We're going to be buying something at Micro Center. He just doesn't know it yet. Sandra, hi. Good morning. Tell Lindsay she didn't answer her phone. I was supposed to she wanted to take a ride with the Tesla when I still had it, but she didn't answer her phone. So that is her fault. Back to Derek. I especially have to adjust the band frequencies in the EQ. you should be able to save those inside of the ATEM and carry it over. AK here saying, I used the Playout B with Raspberry, which I've used before. Awesome. For videos, it works like a HyperDeck Mini. Awesome. Awesome. And like I said, Gregory, thank you for the super chat. This is one he said, AJay is living proof that ministry is spelled work. Yes, it is. I need to see that full comment. But Lee, how do I control picture-in-picture on the switcher? Can't get the right picture in the right place. Now, are you using the ATEM? Which switcher are you using, Lee? So I can make sure before I answer that. Sean, if cost wasn't a factor, what would your perfect PC build look like for you? For me, because they don't offer it that much right now, I'm actually happy with my system right now. I just upgraded to a RTX 3080 Ti. I got that. That's what I bought from Micro Center because Francisco didn't stop me from getting it. Plus, it was reasonably priced. So that's for editing. It's a business expense. That's why I wrote it off. But I would have, because you can't really dual those, I don't believe, like they used to. But mainly, it's like I just wanted to have the system. I would want to have more network stuff than I would. I want to have a 10 gigabit connection between my system and a NAS so that I have a fast connection. So all of my video is on the NAS so I don't have to record directly. But then I think the 59, the Threadripper isn't bad. I don't think they've updated that much. And there we go. People blowing up my phone with group text messages. But yeah, 128 gigs of memory, 2 terabyte NVMe's for the OS, cache, and quick access drives. That's in, just a beast of a GPU to handle processing. That's mainly it. Which outside of the processor, I'm almost at. I don't have that network, but I'm happy with what I got right now. Back to Thomas. If I use OBS to bring in motion graphics or video, do I just add it as a media source in OBS and how do I transfer it to the ATEM or play during the stream? We did a video about this there, Thomas. So what you would do is on the computer that's running OBS. So actually, I can do it here, so I can show you. Let's go over here to the desktop. Let's open up the OBS. Now, I have multiple screens on my computer. So I have all of them going into the ATEM as well, too. So that is my right display. So what I would do is, I don't even know what this image is. Let me see. Let's add, I don't have nothing on here. Let's add a video here. And I'm just going to use this video that I use for the announcements. And I'm just going to let this, and it's way too big. Let's transition this and fit the screen. So say this is just something like that. You're playing it here. You got to, first off, the computer that's running OBS, you got to make sure it has multiple outputs, multiple display outputs, which this one does. So I have that extra output being connected to the ATEM. So if I come here when I'm playing this or whatever that's coming here, I'll do it with the motion graphics as well too, like the lower third or whatever. I will right click on here, do a full screen projector and pick the screen that's being outputted to, which I believe is my splitter. All right, so let's go into my splitter right now. So if I go to that input, this is what you're seeing. That's what's being played. All right, so now that might not make sense, but let's stop this. I'm gonna go back here to my, where's my lower thirds? No, that's not it. Is that it? Nope. There it is, animated lower third. So if I turn this on, there's my lower third. Now, this is how I'm doing this at Signs and Wonders. That's what's going on right now, all right? Now, if I cut back, I'm using motion graphics. I'm going to, actually, let me go back here. I'm going to go to my ATEM here, and I want to say, what am I going to use as a DSK? And I want to use the right monitor, which is already set up, all right? So all I'm going to do is turn that on, and you'll see my lower third over on that part of the screen. And there you go. So if I cut back over here, you see that's what's coming from OBS. So I can come in here and turn that off. And all of that is being controlled inside of OBS. So again, if I come in here, here's OBS, I turn it on, it's being played as a full screen into the ATEM. The ATEM is using it as a downstream key to layer it on top of everything else. And that's how you could do that. So I do have a video that talked about that, but I mean, that is a quick synopsis of exactly how it works. And I'm closing OBS knowing I should have left it open, and I got the DSK still on. That's why you saw my desktop. So hopefully that answered your question there. Gregory, what is the name of the drawing app or flowchart you are using? I am using Draw.io. So if we come back over here to the desktop. Now they did change the name, but if you go to that search, it still works. So if I go to Draw.io, now they changed it to diagrams.net, but it's the same thing. I have the downloaded version, the desktop version, which I don't know where the link was. It's on here somewhere that you can download it and have it on the desktop to play. But that's what I use to do all that. All righty. AJ, you're a tour guide, media ministry manager, choir member, AJ, a man of many hats. The only thing you don't do is valet park cars. Yeah, I don't do that. Shane and Hannah, can we see how you are making your welcome videos for your church? Hey, sure. That's what I was planning on doing anyway. So let me cut over here. And this is just a high level, all right? I do this a little bit differently. But let's just go ahead and make something as an intro. And I don't have my Mac connected. So I was going to do that to give some love for the Mac folks here. I do still use it. But I'm just going to use, I'm going to pexels.com, and I'm just going to use some raw footage here. So say we want to use just a welcome. And I'm just looking for something very generic. I like this. This will look pretty. So let's go ahead and download this. And I'm going to try and do this as free as possible. So Pexels, this was free. You can use any of their content there. We're going to go to canva.com. And we're going to make a video. Make it blank. We're going to upload that video that we just downloaded. It's going to take a second to do that. Now, this is just for my intro. And I don't remember if I did this or not. I wanted to have an anatomy. Oh, that's the video that I did record last night that I haven't done yet. This was a 60-day visit to our live stream at Signs and Wonders and what I've changed to that. I'm going to do that video, hopefully, with the tons of other videos I need to do. I will try and get that done, as well as doing the video announcements. Come on, come on. I didn't think that was a big file. How big was that file? 237. I mean, that's not big. Maybe it's just tripping at the same time that I'm actually doing this. So there's a couple of ways you can do this. You could use Canva and record your voice and add it on. You can just use your phone and just record your voice. You can record a video of you just doing it. It's a bunch of stuff. Like, I'll show you the video that I was making to show you how I did announcements. It just didn't come out the way I wanted to. That's why y'all obviously have not seen it. Where's it at? That's not it. that was church. Yeah, there goes announcements. So these are just a sample of how I normally would do this stuff. So this is me at church. I just set the camera up. Good morning, signs and wonders. My name is AJay here with the Media Ministry, and I want to bring you a... See, these are all the cuts y'all don't see. So I just hit the camera on record, and I just go through everything. Good morning, signs and wonders. My name is AJay here with the Media Ministry, and we want to take a few seconds to talk to you. So, like I said, I just set the camera up, hit record, and I just go through everything. And when I'm done, I take it and I edit it. So that intro, I'll actually show you how I use that video to make our announcements. While this is, I finally uploaded into Canva. And DaVinci Resolve 19 is finally out, folks. So yay, that is what I'm using. I am using the studio version. Let's see. I'm so happy, and I enjoy doing what I'm doing, but boy, is I tired. I'm ready for another vacation. All right, so this is the first newsroom that we did. So let me open this up. I'm gonna go to one screen so you can see everything. But that same video that I used was the same thing that I did everything on. Come on, edit. Let's go to one screen. I need to map back over to all of my footage. Change the link. Hold on, that was the 16th. Then announcements. Change. All right, so there's our video. So inside of here, I took me talking. Well, actually, I had a little intro video here, but this is the full thing. I just took that same recording, chopped it up, used text layers for my name, and then went from there. So this was the heavily edited one of all those stops that you saw me do. Good morning, Signs and Wonders Ministries. My name is AJay here with the Media Ministry. I want to take a few seconds to go over the announcements and all the highlights. Actually, hold on. Let me change the audio so y'all can hear it better. All right, so now it should be coming through here. So let's do that again. Good morning, Signs and Wonders Ministries. My name is AJay here with the Media Ministry. And I want to take a few seconds to go over the announcements and all the highlights that are going on here at Signs and Wonders Ministries. This Thursday at 7 p.m., Daughters of Destiny will continue reading Battlefield of the Mind by Joyce Myers. Please come out and attend, and believe it or not, they said guys are welcome. So that's how I would do it. Now, all I did is I punched in on that image, so it looked like I was moving. So let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. So that same image right here, let me hide that. By Joyce. Let me rewind just a little bit. This Thursday at 7 p.m., Daughters of Destiny will... So all I did was punch in. So you see, if I zoomed out, I just had this wide shot, but I was able to zoom in, and it gave me room to slide everything over. That's all that was. Actually, let's undo that. And then at a certain point, you see this keyframe, I just moved it over. That's all it was. And here, that's where I just made that adjustment. So I had it zoomed in, and then it gave me the freedom to slide myself over to expose the text. That's all it was. And all I'm doing is I made that one long recording of all my announcements. I didn't care about if I made a mistake. I just told myself for when I edited it later, hey, AJ, cut that part out, go to this part. I always do that. I do that for all my YouTube videos. I do it the same way. So I am gonna do a video when I do all of this, because my introduction for the media ministry for our community day is I'm gonna use people to make the announcements at the same time. So that's what I'm gonna do. So that dragged on a little bit longer than I thought, but hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight onto that. Where we at? 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 All right, that was Shane Hannah. Let's go here. And while I'm doing that, folks, if you don't mind, please go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell notification. That way you get notified when we come out with other videos that help modernize your media ministry, folks. Dana, hello. And my page jumped on me. Yep, we're good. All right. Back to Norm. Our church is on a hill. We had some problems with close lightning strike 2 times. Now we install a suppressor system for electrical input in our building. Might need to do that. I always put surge protectors on everything, but we had a really bad storm, and I've had maybe about 6 of the churches that contacted me said they had an issue. Even at Signs and Wonders, it blew 2 surge protectors and blew out 1 outlet. Everything else was protected except for our ATEM got blown out. The surge went through the router and fried a couple of the Comcast router got fried, and it jumped from that to our Unify router, and then it jumped again to something else. So we had to replace a bunch of things. And then Francisco, can't wait to go to Micro Center. Yes, sir. Wait a minute. AJ Kumar was saying I missed this question. I did not see that. It might have been when the page jumped. Let me go back and see. No, I don't see a question. I see that from you. And yeah, that's all I see. So I didn't see a question. Oh, there you go. Can you suggest to me an audio mixer for using front of house mixing and same time in live broadcast audio and DAW budget mixer for a small charge? Honestly, I can't answer that. Mr. Chuck Taylor, if you were still in the house, or maybe Otis, if y'all would please answer that, because honestly, I don't use that myself. So I don't even want to steer you in a direction of something I don't know. I want to pose that out to the community. And that's what I forgot to post, folks. If you are not a part of the Facebook group, hey, folks, you might want to be a part of it. And because my mom's birthday last Sunday, we pushed off our roundtable. So the roundtable is going to be this Sunday. All the information is in the Facebook group, folks. It is a group of people coming together to share their wisdom to all of us move the ministry and the gospel forward. And that's what it's all about. So stuff like that I don't know, there's somebody in the group that can answer the question. So please make sure you join that. Just go to Facebook, look up Modern Media Ministry Made Easy. You got to answer 3 questions, and that's it, and you're in. Now, what page should I leave off at? Let's go to page 1. Sorry. Dana here. Do you know if the X32 AES50 is compatible with a Soundcraft compact stage box? I am not 100% sure on that one. I'm not aware. I do have a contact at Sweetwater, and they're very, very friendly. You can probably send them a call, send them an email and ask them, or actually you can call them and ask. I'm sure they will be able, they have that stuff on hand, and they can be able to test it if they don't know it right off the top of their head. Christopher, hey, welcome, welcome. AJ, question. Now a church is having an i3 12 gigabytes memory and a GTX 650 desktop, which running OBS, Zoom over virtual camera and virtual cable to OBS and running load. Yeah, because it's an i3. The i3 cannot handle that. The i3 is maybe 2 cores, and it is getting maxed out. that is even the memory, the GPU. I mean, you can try and change OBS to use the GPU, so that may help, but that's too much of a load on that i3. You need, I mean, even an i5. You would probably want to do a higher end i5 or i7. That's way too much for i3 to try and run. That would be why you're topping out at 100%. But you were saying the question was, would an ATEM Mini help do that? No, it wouldn't, because the system is still processing all of that. Now, if you use the ATEM to send directly to Zoom and you're not using OBS at all, possibly. But honestly, if you want an ATEM Mini Pro, let that live stream and you don't use OBS at all and use the USB out from the ATEM to also go to Zoom, then yeah, that system would be fine because the ATEM is doing everything. Let me see where we leave off at. Why does it seem like this stuff is jumping all over me for me and I'm missing some stuff? Christopher, pray for my church. I'll be in Kentucky for a course. My ministry partner is in quarantine. Regular stream person would be away, and a remaining member resisted do it because they feel unprepared. Hey, how do you get prepared? Going into unprepared situations in practice. Hey, but we'll be in prayer for you, man. Y'all, they got it. They got it. Alex, what is the best way to store live stream recordings after our worship service? We use Zoom to broadcast. Upload them to Facebook or YouTube. Hey, use their service to store your stuff. Just be aware if you're playing music, that might be a problem. Now, you can sign up for a free account with Vimeo. It gives you a limited amount of space, but you could, because Antioch used to do this. I think I told them that you don't have to do it anymore because they're not recording all the stuff I was doing that. You could upload it or get an account with Vimeo, and then they don't care about the music, and you can use that for storage. Yeah, I need to get some water. Excuse me. But if you are not playing music, just upload it to Facebook or YouTube and use that as an archive. Now I really got to get some water. Hold on a second. Woo! Yeah, there we go. That's better. Yay. Let's see. Now we got some people helping each other out about trying to remote in and all this other stuff. They said I'm purple. I'm missing something. Oh, that wasn't to me. Cool. Mitch Roy. Hey, AJ, would you recommend the Pocket Cinema Camera 6K G2 for live streaming? I mean, just realize, is it a good camera? Yes. Are you going to be streaming in 6K? No. Are you comfortable with the lenses that you might need? If you are, getting a good lens is probably going to be the same price as the camera itself. But that's up to you. I think it's a great camera. It doesn't have autofocus. Somebody's going to have to be on it all the time to keep it in focus. Like right now, if I move, see, I'm out of focus because this is not, it's locked to be in focus at this distance. If I try and move all over the place, no, it does not work. But you just got to be mindful of that. You're going to need somebody to man that camera if you do go with one. Calvin and Scott, sorry if I pronounced the name wrong. Can you show me visually how to set up everything on how to network the Fumaco cameras and joystick to the network? Just can't grasp the concept of how to do it without seeing it. I just posted a video of me doing that at, well, let me see if I can do it with the one that's right here behind me. even though it's already set up, I'll try and walk through this here. Let me get this stuff out the way. All right, so now, honestly, I never noticed this. Famaco actually did a firmware update that actually sets the cameras to now be by default DHCP. So if you're able to do that, then hopefully in any newer cameras, you might not need to do this. And I got 4 over here. I guess I'll need to try that. But what you would do if you didn't have that, works on Mac, works on the same way with PC. I have 2 network cards on this computer, so that's why it's not going to kick me off. So pick whichever one that you want. You're going to come in here and you're going to set the IP address manually to 192.168.5.20 or something like that. Subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. Same gateway is 192.168.5.1. DNS 192.168.5.1. That is the default for the Famaco cameras. All right. And then once you save that, you would now make sure the camera is on the network, is plugged into your network some way, shape, or form. Your computer's on the network in some way, shape, or form. And then when you go to the IP address, you would open up a browser and then go to 192.168.5.163. That is the default IP address for the Famaco cameras. If you go to that, it would log you in. Now, you're not seeing that because I already did that on this camera here behind me. So once you get in there, let me set this back here. And I shouldn't have closed that browser. So this, I think it's that. Yeah, so this is the one after I've updated it to the IP address. But you would connect and see, there we go, yay. You would come in here to configure, go to Ethernet, and then you would just check off DHCP. Hit save, then come down here to reboot the system. Boom, now you're on the network. As long as it doesn't matter that it's not on the same network. It does not matter that it is not on the same IP addresses. As long as it's connected to your switch and your computer is connected to the switch, if you match the IP address in that range, you'll be able to talk to it. And that's all you got to do. Now, the joystick is a lot easier because you can just set that directly inside the console. And then once you have them all on the same network, you just do search and then it can find it. So hopefully that helps. If you want me to do a more breakdown video of that, I do have a Famaco, I got 4 of them and a joystick. I can do a deep dive on that. I thought I did that, but if I didn't, I can always do another one. Just let me know and we can do that for you. Let's see where I left off. Back to Wayne. AJ, or anyone in the chat, any recommendations for a good software program to create slideshows? Would you like something other than PowerPoint? I think everybody, by the time I got to this, I'm seeing it. Everybody's saying Canva. Canva is a great way to do that. Monty, you had the same response that I did. I'm going to leave that there. The Chuck Taylor. When talking mixers, what's budget to some may not be budget to others? Example, 1,000 is a low budget for a quality mixer. Also need to know how many inputs you need. Hey, listen to the man, Chuck. He knows it. And also, I haven't been following this. What's up with Facebook having this new tag, everyone? Please don't let that turn into another reply all message. What they say, with great power, there's great responsibility. Don't be stupid in using that if that's what it is. Good Lord. Let's see. MA16V3. To be clear, modern i3s are 4 cores and 8 threads. Some of the 10th gen onward should be able to handle those loads relatively okay, but you're probably pushing it. Yeah, I would agree. But again, if you're doing one of those latest ones, I don't think this is the latest one that they're using. But yes, honestly, I wouldn't even just mess with an i3 at all unless I do have an i3, but that's literally just to show security cameras. It's only running a web page. Actually, I need to show y'all that. This is a tiny computer. Check this out. So I got this computer for a ministry that does security cameras, and the security cameras just show up on a web page. So it can be anywhere. So this is going to be a computer that's going to be mounted on the back of a TV, hard coded to this website. And I saw this thing and I was like, yes, this thing is super tiny and everything. So this is a fully functional Windows 11 install system. I mean, this thing is tiny and really slick. I wish it would be PoE powered. Is it? I haven't tried it. I wonder. All right, no, it's not. But yeah, this is a super tiny. This system was $120. This is 8 gigabytes, a Celeron i3, and it's really just to run a web page. Can you run basic stuff on a computer on this? Yes, you can. I got this because the Unified Viewport was back ordered, and that's $200. And this is a unified security system that is monitoring. So I just need to pull up a web page on this, and this thing is awesome. But yeah, I meant to do a review on it, but it was like, I got busy, so I didn't get a chance. So my apologies for that. But if you got any of the older saints that wanted a computer and all they doing is just looking on, checking email and stuff like that, that system, this tiny T series PC, that's what it's called, $130. So that reminds me, I need to get a keyboard and mouse for an install. Oh well, talking to myself. Let's see. All right, we got a good discussion going back and forth with everybody. Back to Chuck. Can you recommend some cheap lenses for the AJay HD105? I thought they relatively had one on their website that was going for like $15 and less. I have to check that out, Chuck. I haven't, since I gave that camera away, I haven't really looked down that line, but I'll see what I can find. TR, excuse me. To those using the lower thirds OBS program, did it break again after the recent point release or Windows updates? Ours stopped this past week, and I'm trying to track down a fix. No, mine has still been working. I haven't noticed a change in mine at all. So, like, if we come back over here, and remember I told you I said I shouldn't have closed OBS? Let me go in here, and let's just show you the settings I have. So, if I turn mine on, see, mine is still working, but let's see how I have mine set up. So I have mine in that path that is a separate path, the OBS Complete Bundle. I have that there. So nothing of that is different. And where's my custom docs? The same thing. Yeah, not. I would just make sure you don't have anything, no double quotes or anything in there. Yeah, I'm not sure because I mean mine is still working. So I'm not sure. Anybody else having that problem, please let the folks know. All right, my video stream looks very dark, but the source coming from the camera showing on the HDMI out of the ATEM is bright. How do I fix that? I mean, what's in between? You're using the ATEM, and the ATEM mini is going to what? Make sure if you're going to OBS or something like that, it's not adding a filter on it. That's the only thing I can think. Because the ATEM I sent you can't live stream, so something else is in between that. Let's see. I got a bunch of folks talking back and forth, which is always good. Sean, I would still use something like an X32 for front of house and broadcast. Being more specific would depend on your unique needs. All right, this is going back and forth, so that's awesome. Yeah, somebody was talking about that. I think Justin was talking about something like that on Facebook. I don't know. I just came back from Baltimore and people were talking about it. Christopher, Facebook sucks. They just keep tagging our services, muting in countries we not exactly care, but can't figure out what they thought our violations can't do anything. Please, y'all check out the video that I posted. Let me bring this up. Because, again, there's a lot of strong language in this video, but it just shows how there is a massive hole in YouTube's, but then also just other stuff as well, too, about... Ooh, yeah, check that out. About these copyright violations and all this other nonsense. I posted a video to it, and it just shows that there's no restriction and there's no verification on anybody able to submit it. Yeah, this is it. Now, again, I'm giving y'all a warning. It is some very strong language in there, but this guy manipulated the system because he got banned for uploading stuff he wasn't supposed to, and then he lied and fraudulently submitted himself as a copyright company on the behalf of Bungie, and he was able to take down 96 channels or videos fraudulently, and YouTube did not verify them. Bungie is a multi-billion-dollar company, and they made them jump through hoops just to try and find out who was fraudulently using their name. They had to take them to court and send them a subpoena, and then YouTube didn't respond for 3 months until they actually did something about it. So if a multi-billion-dollar company is having the same issues with fraud, yeah, we need to do something. It's out of control, and especially Facebook's is even worse because, like you said, Christopher, they don't even tell you why you're getting banned. They don't even have a link to what it is. Because I think we got hit because we got we got a copyright strike because we used 1 second of a note from a song that somebody claimed. Like, dude, like I almost want to claim every note on a piano and every frequency and then try and claim that. I mean, that's what they say. That's why we can't have good things. People just take stuff out of context. Let's see. TR was saying back to that, the control panel completely disappeared for us. I would go through and reset your view, the UI in OBS and set it back up again. Or just reset the UI and see, can you turn the dock back on and maybe see if that gets back for you. If not, then you'll probably have to go do it all over again, unfortunately. Let's see. Daniel. Come on now. Daniel here. I saw the video of the ATEM Mini SDI Extreme ISO. The output can 4 different ways. I'm not sure. I think it can, but I tasked for that video to get the 500 likes. We didn't get it, so guess what? We ain't buying it no time soon. But you never know. I got, there's inquiring minds would like to know. So I'm going to see if I can get my hands on one. I just got a whole bunch of equipment right now. So to splurge on that is not a thing. You know what? Forget it. You're doing it for the people, AJ. SDI Extreme. Let's see. Should we order one? Should we pre-order one? Forget it. Yeah, we'll pre-order one. Gotta make sure I don't order something I don't need by mistake. All right, folks, we did it. We did it for the people. Hold on. I'm logging in right now. I gotta hide that so y'all don't see all my info. All right, so how can I can't even show it. But anyway, so folks, hey, we'll hold true to it. Even though we didn't hit the number, there we go. And I took it down because I just realized my email address was on there. So anyway, we pre-ordered the ATEM SDI Extreme ISO Turbo Hyper Addiction Championship Edition version. So we'll be having an unboxing or something like that. You never know. Let's actually, since we didn't hit the 500, I'll use that as a giveaway for 60,000 subscribers. How about that? Yay. So we'll do that. Rhonda, is there a fix yet for the OBS Bible plugin staying on? Yeah, the Bible plugin has worked for me. Rhonda, let me go back in here and let's see. And like I said, AJ, don't close OBS because you're going to keep going back into it. All right, so I'm here. Bible. And what version am I on? I'm on 27.2.4. So let's go to James. Spell it right. James 1. It's working for me. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, Rhonda. The one thing I did know, at least at Signs and Wonders, I never used to have this issue. I had to make sure I changed the shortcut to always launch OBS as administrator. And that freed up a lot of things for me at Signs and Wonders. But here the plugin is working for me. And then on top of that, actually I had it turned off. I can do the lower third and both of them are working for me. So I'm not exactly sure there, Rhonda. All righty. Christopher, how in the world did they decide a 1 second? Because nobody's verifying it. That's why. May 16. I know some PTZs have slower pan tilt speeds than others, but have you noticed PTZ controllers being a limiting factor in how slow you can get them to pan? Most of them have an adjustment that can be done. Like you said, the ones I've used have had adjustments for both, but no, I haven't noticed ones that had a limiting on those. Let's see. I tried streaming off from OBS to Telegram, but it was still dark. So I tried using the ATEM as a webcam source, and it was a bit better. No, I think the issue is OBS. Make sure you don't have any filters at all on your ATEM video capture. Make sure you don't have that first. Because again, it wouldn't be the ATEM. It's what's in between that's causing the issue. Daniel, can send you a link to the video. Yeah, send it to questions@ajhomes.com because any links going here through YouTube are going to be blocked. All right, folks, we are at 21 likes, but we got 60 people watching, folks. Please go ahead and hit that like button. Hey, it really helps out. And again, I'm just not asking you to do that. Please make sure if you're live streaming and doing whatever for your ministry, make sure you're asking the people in the house as well as everybody is watching to do that. Again, the whole goal is to get every ministry to 1,000 subscribers or followers or whatever. That's going to open up a whole lot of doors for y'all. First off, once you get to 100, you can get rid of that long, archaic name, and you can actually have your digital handle. So like right now, AJ, youtube.com/AJaytheCEO. I don't have that long name that you need to go to. You need to push for that. Set a goal, folks. Hit 100. After you do 100, push for 1,000. Because right there, once your ministry hits 1,000, and again, this is just me speculating, most of y'all probably don't have 1,000 members sitting inside your sanctuary. So when your ministry hits 1,000, that's a celebrating point because y'all are obviously reaching beyond the four walls. And then it goes up from there, folks. So we got a lot of people talking back and forth with each other, which is always a good thing. Our church currently posts YouTube videos as unlisted. Would it be better to post as public? Well, it all depends. I mean, public is going to make them readily available. Unlisted is just for you to post a link so no one else can go to it unless they know the link. It all depends. Like, for example, I watch a channel called Now You Know, and they talk about a lot of Tesla stuff and I'm going to give them a big shout out to Zach and Jesse and all those guys over there. Love the stuff that they do. This channel right here. Now, they have options to where you can upload reviews of different charging stations. So me and my daughter made one when we were on our on our trip. And right here, this video is unlisted. So you can't see it unless you knew the exact link. But this is me and my princess, Jay and here, and we are at a 8-stall, 250 kilowatt charging station here in Farmville, Virginia, on our way to my mom, her grandma's birthday. We are in a rented Model Y long range that we got from Hertz. Anyway, I say all that to say that video is unlisted, and no one can actually see it unless you knew the exact link to it. But actually, it reminds me, I have these hashtags. Can you still find it that way? No, it's unlisted. All right. So anyway, it all depends. I mean, there's a reason why you have it unlisted, that you don't want people to go to it. But if you don't have a reason for that, then I mean, I would say just do it public. Let me see. Where did I go next? All right, Daniel, you're saying you sent me a link on Facebook. So let me see. All right, no one can post. Oh, I see. You sent it. You sent me a direct message. Hold on, let me see. I don't know why Facebook is going so slow today. Lord, that's what I'm talking about. That's a serious setup there, Daniel. So this is I think this is the multiple output. That's what I'm talking about. Not a big into MMA and UFC, but the fact that, man, we're using the same stuff you're using at your ministry, that's what they're using for this. So if the ATEM can do all of this, awesome. Thank you. I like that. I'm going to send that to my brother-in-law because he's big into wrestling. I think he would really, really like that. Let me see. Antonio. Hey, AJ, can you show me how to overlay the countdown timer in ProPresenter over announcements? I can't do it on this one, but I will, I had to make a mental note to remember to do that, and I will show you. Actually, do I have it on here? I can't remember. I think I've removed. Oh, I do actually have it on the computer. So let me see if we can do that for you, Antonio. All right, I'm going to do that later. But if you want to have, say, man, this is some old stuff. This is like when I was still at Antioch. So let me see. Can I get Andy?
Put that roast in the oven? Maybe your stove is broke today.
Oh man, I need to find something I don't have a video to. Let me have audio to. Well, actually, let me just mute it from here. Get out of here. Mixer. Let's kill the audio there. And play it this way. All right, so okay, I don't have my output configured so we can actually do it. Screens. All right, good. That's my output. All right, so we have that playing. So if I cut over to number 4, this is playing that announcement. Again, you're seeing the lower third, the watermark because this is not registered. So the question was, how do we add a countdown on top of this? So I have a countdown timer that was already set from 10 o'clock, which will go into tomorrow. So we have this on here. So let's see. There should be a layer one here. But normally how I would do this is we come in here to edit. We add a text field here. We're going to link that text to our timer. And I don't need hours, don't need frames. And let's crank this up in font. Let's do 120, something like that. All right, so now I think that needs to be persistent across all of the slides. So if I copy and paste, well, you're not going to be able to see it because of the color. I should change this to a color that you can always be able to see. Purple. No, you can't see yellow. I'll do red. So I'm going to copy that. And I'm just going to paste it on all of my slides. And hopefully, well, it should continue all the way through. I don't know of a way to just put it in one location and it stays persistent the entire time. And did I link the wrong timer? I think I did. Yes, I did. I put the wrong time. So let me count down to, we'll do noon. So as you can see from here, that countdown is in the upper, and no matter when we go to different slides, that timer exists across all of our stuff. You just got to add a text layer and just copy it onto each one. I didn't paste it on these last two, but they were on. They're still existing here. So that's how I would do it. I don't know of another way to do that right now, but Antonia, hopefully that'll work. I mean, it's mainly just copying and then pasting that linked text layer, and hopefully that works for you. Dr. McCoy, Hello, AJ. Do you do Zoom consultations? I'm having some strange issues with OBS sound. Yes, I do. You can book a consultation by going to ajhomes.com/consultations, and we get you straight. Hey, Reverend Richard, you are welcome. Okay, Dan, you said not yours, but the Facebook group. Hey, either way, it was awesome. Antonio, hey, you are welcome. Now, folks, I'm gonna cut this a little bit shorter because, like I said, I gotta hang a TV, 2 TVs, for someone here at 1:30, and then I also gotta get some B-roll footage from the house. But I'll show you a little sneak peek if y'all were interested in the transition house. This actually came with the property when we bought the new grounds for Signs and Wonders and transitioned it into a transition home. So where is that footage at? I'm gonna turn this into, no, that was the 24th because I hadn't left yet. No. Where did I put it at? Oh, here it is, the 26th. So let's do this. And this is where it's at now. They've really cleaned this thing up. So I got a bunch of videos. I'm gonna get some aerial footage as well too. And this is something that's gonna be played at service. So I'm doing some dynamic shots. So I'm doing a fade where I come to the tree and then it reveals this. So in my mind, I'm trying to put all this stuff together, but really cool. I need to actually come and I'm gonna do add internet to upstairs and downstairs because both it's 2 sections that is for a family downstairs and upstairs. So we are partnered with Habitat for Humanity as well as a Veterans Association, I believe. So another way that we're going beyond the 4 walls and actually helping. So I really encourage that. I'm really thankful to be a part of ministries that are doing stuff like that. But really awesome, folks. So again, thank y'all so much. Again, make sure you, if you haven't, you go ahead and join the Facebook group. We have our roundtable that's going to be this Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern. All the information is on the Facebook group. I'm sure Josh or somebody is going to post it. If you can't find it, it is tagged at the top. All folks are welcome to join that. In this, we just get around like-minded folks and we just sit and talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we just talk about everything, just a more intimate setting than this. And it's open for anybody to talk. I don't lead it. I just help facilitate it. And we talk about some issues people are going on, the greats, the highs, the lows. How do we handle struggles? How do we handle situations? Sometimes we come together and do some stuff if the community needs it. There's a lot of great stuff. And again, I've been so busy, folks, that I need to cut out the time to first finish out the rest of the second book, get some stuff prepared for this, the conference, because I don't want it to get pushed back. And I'm trying to get that stuff done, but thankfully, a lot of people are trying to jump on board and get me to do some project stuff and then doing a lot of traveling as well too. But let's try this one more time. Let's see if this works. I want to give a big thank you. Yay, there it goes. To our YouTube members and Patreon supporters. Their names on the screen right now. I can't do this without them, folks. They have helped make this possible. And you too can become a patron for as little as $1 a month, or you can become a YouTube member by clicking the join button down below. No matter which way you pick, folks, you're helping us transform and train media ministries all over the world. And all of those get a discount, I think 25% off on any type of consultation. They also get added twice automatically for any giveaways that we do. I'm doing some more stuff for them. They get access to all of our roundtables as a recurring video that is private. If you're not there, you miss it. But they get access to that. I post it the next day after that, or sometimes that night. But that's another way that I can give back to try and help. When we get some more people here, so it's just not me doing all this, I'm going to start doing some more videos just dedicated for them as well too. And we're doing more videos on Facebook outside of just YouTube. We're going to a different platform because I know some people don't do the YouTube, some people don't do the Facebooks, some people don't do the Instagrams and all. We're just trying to expand out to help out more folks in whichever capacity it is. But more important than that, folks, thank you for all the dedication that you're doing in your local ministry. I know that sometimes what we do is a thankless job. Nobody knows the hard work, the extensive amount of time, the studying, the practicing that you're doing to make that media ministry work that you do at your ministry seem so perfect. But I want to tell you, thank you for all the hard work that you're doing, because I know, because we're in the trenches with you. So thank you so much for all that you're doing. I might not be at your ministry, but guess what? We're all a part of the same team, and all the hard work that you're doing to help lead another person to hear the good message of Jesus Christ, guess what? When you do that, we all win. So thank you for all the stuff that you're doing. No matter where you are, folks, I hope you have a great day, evening, afternoon, wherever you is, all over the face of the planet, and we'll be seeing y'all on the next video, folks. Y'all have a great one. Love y'all. Later. And I made another mistake. I don't have audio on this outro, folks. So my bad. But thanks y'all again for everything. I made another mistake. I don't have audio on this outro, folks. So my bad. But thanks y'all again for everything.